up, YouTube? Dartub coming at you from Bedrock 1.21.5, where I am in a world that my son and I started back when the crafters were just added to the snapshot. Now, the video I was going to make today, I did not have time for. It was on the bamboo factory. It was going to be in parts. It was going to be a tutorial, but it was going to be basically me teaching you redstone along the way. It's going to take a while to film that. I did not have time, so I'm just going to do a showcase of not just the factory, but the thought process involved. This here was the first one that I ever came up with. Well, way over there is, but this is the same thing, just trying to make it work better. See, it's hooked directly into the farm. That's a massive farm. It spits a lot. Okay, so this has to be able to take enormous quantities. I set it up over here to give it a stress test where I could just break 3 double chests and run all of the items. It's basically all these right here. The green ones would be where the bamboo comes across and makes blocks, and then the brown ones would be where they come across and make sticks. Notice there are a lot of these. That's because of the amount that comes across the water stream in this design. Over here we have signs and fences and fence gates, and here in a moment you'll see that there's a big difference here from the ones I ended up with. Some of the circuits the same, like this yellow right up here. That is reading straight from one of the feeding hoppers to lock the feeding hoppers, and what that does is that regulates the influx of planks over here on this side so that one of them doesn't collect way more than the others. And what that does is that makes sure that when this puppy stops receiving bamboo, you don't have one crafter that's just still pumping out items for 15 minutes afterwards. And over here, the red circuit is regulating the slabs coming in to make the mosaics. I've got this set up quite a bit different than I do on my other one. The mosaics are separate here, and it blows over here. And I've got the stairs and the slabs together, whereas over here, I've got, well, almost everything else singly made. And this here is what I finally came up with. I decided to start where we just send a cart of bamboo. And that helps get away from a lot of things, okay? We don't need the regulator for feeding. And we don't need 5 or 6 crafters for each individual recipe. You'll see over here, let's get down here a little bit where you can see the colors. So I've got 2 planks, or 2 sticks, and 3 blocks. The sticks are almost always locked out. Notice it's spitting those blocks and it's running them right over where they would make planks, but that's locked. And then they get to run down to the collection. And this is full from previous tests. We'll just go ahead and get rid of that. And that's where we're getting our blocks. And that basically just comes over here and locks out the planks. Okay, so that they're not taking the blocks. And then we'll come over, we can hit the planks, see what it does. Now that unlocked, right, so it's going to take all the blocks that spit, it's going to turn them into planks, and it's going to send them off that way. Now all these hoppers here for these crafting recipes are locked out, so it comes all the way across the top, falls down that hole. Okay, let's go ahead and see what happens when we push for buttons. Okay, that leaves them running on here, but this very bottom one, and the buttons are now unlocked, they're going to catch right here. Some of them will go across, miss. And I've had it at one point in time where I switched over to a different recipe, and this opened because when you come over here to do something, this one opens. No, it wasn't over there, it was over here. Anyway, what happened was this guy here closed right as one was coming across, and it stuck right there. And as the items would come by, they would catch with it and just sit. That can easily be remedied by pushing the button again over here, because they'll all just fall at that point. But yeah, it can cause an issue. All of these work the same, where it just unlocks the single over there. Notice how they stay lit if you don't wait for the button. Now it's coming over here, and it's making slabs, which are then, oh, if I can get down there, which are then pushing in here. Where are we at? Come on with the planks. There we go, to make the mosaic blocks. And then over here it will be the same two, then mosaic slabs. And right here the same two, and then mosaic stairs. Now, where it really starts to get interesting is when we get over here to the signs, the fences, and the fence gates. Let's turn it to signs. Now these ones over here are very similar. Okay, when you flip that, it's got, well, let's come over here real quick. This line right here is going into a piston. Okay, let's get on the other side and see if we can see that piston. And that piston is going to move that hopper back and forth, and that determines what side the planks go to. Now that the planks are going to this side, that's because one of these is unlocked, and it doesn't just run planks over hoppers. On the other side, it runs sticks over hoppers as well. You got brackets up here and one down here for the signs because it wouldn't fit up top, to lock out the sticks and the planks for each individual circuit together. And they are the stone here. Now, I'm going to come over, because if you feed any of these three planks, well, this one here, you feed it planks and it cycles. So it defaults to just feed it planks, but this one breaks if you let it run out of sticks. Okay, so we got sticks reading from there into the little circuit that I got off of Eggfer. Was his batcher. Now is my call for sticks circuit. And so basically it just runs out here and locks these planks when it needs sticks, and then comes up here and calls for sticks. That call for sticks is gated. Where are we at? See, we got two. Yeah, one running in here, and that is gated through when they're over there. You can't call for sticks. And then they're also gated to where if that one is, if they're coming over here and the one is not selected, it's not going to be able to call for sticks. Only the one that is selected can call for sticks when they're coming over here. And that's why each of these runs out to that block. Right there, and if you'll see down here, it's got a torch that runs into this block, and that is calling for sticks. But then the call for sticks also gates, and then the selection circuit also gates, which the selection circuit has to gate differently, because if all of them are off, then it has to send to lock. No, if one of them is on, it has to send to lock. I don't know, I had to think about it for a little bit. Anyway, it's an OR gate that runs in here and then inverts out. Now these other two are the exact same circuit with the feeding of the hoppers and the sticks swapped. So basically what you have is that this one feeds planks from this side and sticks from this side, whereas this one feeds sticks from the opposite side and planks from there. You then have to come out and call for the sticks from the opposite side. And the hoppers run a little different. But other than that, these guys here have their own lock built in. So each hopper is read back here into a torch, and these torches run up together, and they AND gate right here into that torch, which locks the cycle out. Now we'll come over and we'll push this other button, and we'll watch as it locked these and unlocked these. It's now calling for sticks over here, and it's cycling. And you see the sticks and the planks are simply reversed from where they were in the other one. And it just continues to cycle as long as it's now this one, when you turn this off, if it's still got enough in there to spit items, it'll still spit items until it's done. But yeah, it's done. It doesn't take long. This down here, that's what those two are comparing to. They used to compare straight from this guy here, which is variable. It's always got a different amount in it, and that caused quite a bit of delay in them going off. That was the last tweak I had to make in this thing. Originally, I had a layer of complexity in here that was unnecessary. It sat there for about 6 months or more in the big version. Basically, I read out of the stick crafters, and I gated 9 ways till Sunday down here to determine when the sticks were to be called. And I even had some convoluted stuff coming out of the planks. And the selection circuit is basically the same as the last two factories. Didn't need to change what's not broken. Now you see, if you don't let the button stop, you will select more than one, which can somewhat lead to problems in this build, but not big ones. The only problem you're really going to get is that one, if you've got more than one of these selected at a time, the only issue I really see is if it's one of these and one of these, so like that. Right here it's trying to blow the items over there, but right here it's trying to blow the items over there. Well, let's see which one wins. Which way are they going? And it looks like they are going for the signs. So the very first one that you select is likely to be it. And there are the items that it made from one chest of bamboo. Alright, if you like this video and you can't wait to see this build, go ahead and leave a like. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, it's been real. Peace.